Hello everyone, my name is Paulina and I am Senior PR Specialist here at Techland. And I am thrilled that I can be your host today because we prepared a lot of cool stuff for you, like plans for 2023, great guests, and many surprises. So, I am ready. Are you ready? Let's go! And I can't imagine this anniversary without these two men. Tymon Smektała, our Dying Light franchise director. And Piotr Pawlaczyk, our lead level designer. Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Paulina. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Tymon. Bang.
High five. Let's do this.
And mentally.
Yes.
Just mentally.
Okay, but before we will get down to business, I have two very important announcements for our community.
Okay.
So, wait.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, we are running, obviously, Twitch drops. So you can get a very great Bozak bow weapon from Dying Light 1 just by simply watching the stream. So please remember to connect your Techland GG account with your Twitch account and check our special anniversary page. And our second announcement is our special hashtag Dying to Celebrate. So if you want to share anything with us, like your memories, photos, anything related to Dying Light to Stay Human, don't hesitate to use it. Okay, so let's get down to business, but
let's do this.
I know that we are here to celebrate Dying Light to Stay Human first anniversary, but I would like to start from the very, very beginning, from Dying Light 1.
Okay.
Do you remember anything from the beginnings?
That was the older times, you know.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago.
Do you feel old?
Too old? Yeah.
Physically maybe, but inside still
Yeah, the
16.
spirit is still young. But do you have any story? Do you remember how it all started?
Yeah. I have few that stuff in my head that
Okay.
burn in my brain.
So just one.
But
Give
just
us
one,
just
but
one.
just one at the beginning. Like a company, we was after our first open world zombie game,
Okay.
and we learn a lot. But we want more, and we have hunger inside to make it forward, and forward.
Okay.
And we start figure out about zombie game, open zombie game, and we wanna give the players freedom like never before.
And I heard there was the conversation that like you were asking developers. I wasn't there, guys, so like it's a history that also interesting to me. But I've heard it a couple of times that you were asking yourselves, like, if you see a zombie, what would you do? What would you do? And like everyone was saying, run, escape, right?
Yeah, like a run, and that was our main target. Like, gives you possibility to smoothly, super cool,
With style? Okay.
with style, like it says, with style. And we start like. Most of the developers in that time and some developers in now, we start putting by our hands, level designers, small hands, logical objects on the map, on every edge.
So like invisible things, objects that player could grab and climb on.
Yes, and turn on
Okay.
the animation on it. And after 100, 200, we start test it, and it's working really, really fine. A lot of work, but
But not enough.
What,
You want
not
more?
enough.
You want
Not
more?
enough, like always. We always want more. Thousands and thousands of it. And after, I don't know, I don't remember well, but maybe 2 months after it, one of our main programmers, Bartosz Kulon Głowa.
Okay, so głowa. So
Głowa.
it's worth explaining that głowa means head in English, and what I usually say is that it's because he has a head full of crazy ideas.
And that was one of these crazy moments for us, because he show in our room and throw to us, guys, tomorrow we'll throw new code, and the player will detect by his own these edges. And you can throw away all of that logical stuff. From one side, that was super sad, because 2 months, like
All of the work has
all of
gone
the
to
work,
waste.
all of the level design that we control the path of the player.
But I think that was
Thank-
the moment when Dying
Yeah.
Light was actually born, right? Because that was the breakthrough that made Dying Light what Dying Light is.
That was like a fly to the moon. Like,
Yes.
this is Dying Light.
Okay.
And yeah, after all of that time that we spent after, because it's years work with this system, we learn a lot, like a lot.
Okay. By the way, Głowa, hello.
Hello.
The guy had his tooth pulled, so he's like aching a lot. So please, like, send your love and support to Głowa. Take care, Głowa.
Okay, and speaking of Dying Light 1, we prepared initial concept arts. Do you want to see them?
Of course.
Blast
Okay,
from the
so let's
past.
see them.
Blast from the past. Let's see that.
Oh, the first
Whoa,
one.
looks like
That's the broken tower in the basement, right? Or like
Oh,
some lower
lower floor, I think,
floor.
but the
Okay.
bracken,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, slums.
Slums,
And this kind of looks like almost the same in the game.
1-to-1. Maybe it's a screenshot from a game.
Yeah, maybe, but very, very close. Very, very close. What else is there?
Oh,
Safe
some Old Town. I think it's Old Town. Let's look
Yeah,
them
and a
up
safe zone right there.
Probably.
with a
Yeah,
light.
but the Old Town, see the balcony?
Yep.
This is definitely Old Town stuff. Some of the
And this is-
characters. But do you think this is like enemies or
I think all of them, because
But
I see the
one
guy
look like
mask.
Rice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rice,
this is
soldier.
like Brecken with his bandages on his head.
I think there's something from
Yeah,
the
so
beginning.
just a mix of,
from the
of
beginning mix,
different
yeah,
characters.
we are looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Is that okay?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
this one. Those one we didn't use, right?
no,
Okay.
no. But there was a lot of ideas.
Yes. I wonder if like what's okay.
And those
so this,
two,
the-
but
again.
But they back.
Definitely.
Yeah, so kind of this is like we wanted to have those two-handed guys in Dying Light 1. We didn't, but they kind of reappeared, made a comeback in Dying Light 2. That's nice. So they were kind of like
They back.
the pre-peacekeepers. This
Oh,
guy,
this
yes.
gentleman.
Oh, my
Like
favorite.
That's your
Hello.
favorite,
My
right?
favorite one.
Okay.
Gentleman,
Rice-
but-
yes,
Yeah.
but
Badass.
With rules.
yes,
Bad rules.
the antagonist
Rice.
of the game.
Lena.
Dr.
Lena.
Lina.
Dr. Lina.
But the face, you see, the face is different because for the final model we have used the Gosha's, like
Yeah,
one of
Gosha.
our
Scan.
producers.
We
yes.
scan the face.
By the
for-
way,
Hi,
Gosha
Gosha.
also-
Gosha Mittenga.
Gosha.
Hello, wherever you are.
Yes. So that's Dr. Lina.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yep.
Super idea from one of our level designers.
Quasi. Yes, that was
Hi
nice.
to Quasi.
Yeah.
Hi, Quasi.
And we need to stop saying
That
hi.
is in the US. That is in the US.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's like a first volatile. I like the face, like we want.
Looking for,
Yes.
looking for.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
We
quite
were.
handsome back then.
Yeah, so guys, you need to know that when you create a monster, you do those kinds of exploration, try to see different stuff, test different stuff to see what works best.
And ask the guys what is more furious, if it needs to be fear or more
Yeah.
kindness. If that
Yeah, but the volatile, actually, like the volatile is an icon for Dying Light,
Yep.
right? It's like
It is.
the ultimate
Definitely.
predator, the sign of what the game is. That's
The
Demolisher,
Demolisher.
right?
Demolisher.
Yeah. Like
Always
that. But
volatile.
he started smaller, you saw, and like
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah,
final
but
model
it
was.
grow
And this
up.
one, what's this?
I think it's Goon, the guy with the hammer.
With the hammer,
With the
like
hammer,
okay,
yeah.
the heavy zombie. Okay, actually, he looked different in the game, right? In the game,
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's one.
Peter.
some speeders.
Paul-
Yes.
Peter.
Yeah. We finally we went with the one on the right.
Yep,
Right. Okay.
with a
Yeah,
backpack.
that's nice.
Oh, what a beauty.
Actually, this one we didn't use. This
Yeah.
one we didn't use, and we also
Didn't
didn't
use
use that idea
For now.
in Dying Light 2. So maybe she'll make a comeback.
Okay, guys, so we created a lot of unforgettable
Yep.
memories in Dying Light 1. And DLCs, challenges, a lot of cool memories also with
Yep.
our community, very
Yep.
touching and very
Yep.
happy ones. Like,
Yep.
do you remember Proposal?
Oh yeah,
The proposal, a
That
very
was
positive
cool.
moment,
the
right?
very
Cool
positive
story.
moment.
Actually, I must admit that I don't know if the couple is still together.
Hope they are.
But I hope you
they
are.
are, yeah, yeah.
Guys, if you're watching, let us know. I hope you are. And by the way, if you want to have a happy marriage, because I think they have a happy
Let
marriage,
us know.
please propose in Dying Light to
Definitely.
Stay Human.
Right, Russ.
So that was really nice. But it wasn't only this, right? Because
Yeah,
there
it
was
wasn't
some
only
other
this. We had
stories.
also some touching moments,
Yep.
like tributes to one of our
Yep.
fans who
David,
passed
we
away.
flew
Yeah,
his
David.
mother.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
very touching and a very
Yep.
important moment for
Yep,
us.
yep,
And George Romero, because
Of course.
unfortunately he passed
George
away.
Romero,
Yep.
The father of
Yep.
the zombies.
Yep.
Yes. And what about you? Do you have any funny, touching, sad stories about Dying
I
Light
maybe
1?
run, with same what I started. Once again, Bartosz, Kulon,
Okay.
Głowa,
Hi, Gova.
Head.
Head full of crazy
head,
ideas.
full crazy ideas. I think that was the last month of production, and he showed once again in our role level designers, and he says, guys, I have something super crazy, super cool, new tool for a player, calling grappling hook. You can touch everywhere like a Batman and get there to the points, and that's break most of the
Most
level
of the
designers'
time.
paths.
Okay.
Great tool, I love it, and that was
Okay.
crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, so mine, if you ask me about mine, I think
Yes.
maybe it's a moment to share something very personal, like my,
Oh, okay, we're
like my
ready.
biggest professional shame that I have ever
You
experienced.
No way.
I need to get it off. Like I need
Okay.
to take the boulder
Floor
of my
is
heart.
yours.
So it was like I believe it was almost like a day before sending the game to basically to the printing house, so the DVDs could be produced with Dying Light 1, and I just wanted to make as a quite young designer, a small change to like rebalance some of the loot drops from one of the. Why you laughing? It's
Small change like every day, small change.
Anyways, I was trying to do that, but the pressure was so high and the time was so limited. I didn't properly verify the submission to the project. And I submitted it, and a couple of hours later, it was basically like final hours of Dying Light 1 production. The QAs are calling, and they're telling me that, hey, you know what, Tymon, there's absolutely no loot in the game. There are no items that you can pick up, there are no resources. So I went pale instantly, like absolute, like white, red. I wanted to hide somewhere, but of course we have fixed this. And by the way, I think this is very important to say that like QAs are like the silent heroes of the whole game dev industry.
Yes,
no one usually mentions them, but they are the most important guys. They have saved our ass lots of
yours
time.
also.
Yes, so thank you QA guys, like you're the best, you're the most important part of game development.
That was very touching. We appreciate
Finally, they like I took it off my shoulder. Yeah, now like I'm free.
Beautiful mind.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, guys, but the reason that we gather here is obviously first anniversary of Dying Light to Stay Human. And definitely Dying Light 1 was a huge success. And I don't think that we even expected that.
Did you?
That much.
No. We have really good game because we are players too, like you guys.
We knew it's good, right? Like,
and we knew
there's something in it.
We have fun with it. Like not always you have fun with playing the game that you made it few years.
Yeah.
Like a lot of pressure, other stuff, and you do it and still
actually,
fun.
maybe it's also worth saying that when you work on a game, you usually have like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 hours on it. Like if you would check our Steam accounts,
every corner.
Yes, so it's hard to still get fun out of a game like this. But then we did that, so we released the game, but we didn't expect it to be such a success. Definitely.
Okay, but nobody were surprised when we decided to create a sequel, right?
I think nobody.
It
was
makes sense,
obvious.
right?
It makes sense.
It was yes. It
And
makes
community asked us about it, like
yes.
guys,
So
guys,
it was a successful game. Of course, we wanted to make a sequel, but actually, when we announced this, I don't know if you remember, but it was E3. We were at the Xbox conference. And it was a surprise for people. I felt it was a surprise back then because it was kind of like, oh wow, it's Dying Light 2, it's happening. So it was something new.
For me, it was super great moment because I remember we was there together, like in a small room with journalists.
Yeah, then doing the media presentation.
Yeah, that was the media presentation, and we showed the first demo. It's not perfect, and I'm playing Tymon, describe it, what is going on, commenting, and answer the questions. And the reaction of the guys was like, wow, I was ultra surprised how they react. I feel full of power after that. Like,
yeah. So, but actually, what we learned back then, at least me, was that there's actually a lot of pressure on us to make the game great because now we're not just making a game, we are making a sequel to Dying Light. So many people expected that to be great. So like the pressure was high, but also it was a little bit easier, at least at the start, because we had a lot of ideas, like for example, the two-handed guys that we have just saw, a lot of things that we wanted to have in the game, right?
Yeah, like you said, the beginning was like, piece of cake. We have a list of super cool ideas that we don't have time to implement it to Dying Light 1, let's do it in Dying Light 2. We have super cool community that's work with us and we know what they like. And okay, let's take what is the best in Dying Light 1, what the community wants, make it to the higher, like, turn it to the 11.
Yes.
And gives them more exploration, deeper exploration, more brutal combat, gives more opportunities to kill, better parkour, and take something from the list.
And what was on the list?
One of the most important stuff that we want to create in Dying Light 1, but we don't have time for it, and now we started. Choice and consequences in story and in gameplay.
Yeah. So actually, like you remember like our conversations that we are giving people so much freedom in how they handle open world situations. Like they can do anything, they can come up with any solution they can think of, but in story, they are scripted. So that's why we wanted to make the choices and consequences a part of the game. So now they are able to have some player agency, some input over how the narrative flows.
And then we start feeling the pressure, and it's not such easy. Let me think at the beginning.
And don't forget about day and night cycle.
Day and night
exactly.
cycle.
Important.
Of course, day and night cycle. So again, do you remember the data that we were looking at from the first game?
Yes.
When we saw that more than 50% of people were actually skipping the night part altogether, they just didn't want to play it because it was so scary
Yes,
and
so scary.
it was so horrible.
I was so surprised. Like,
Yes,
like-
so what we wanted to do is to make it more accessible, but also motivate players to...
not force, but motivate.
Yeah, motivate players to kind of play with the night systems, play with the night, go out during the night. So that's when the idea of day is for the humans and the night is for the infected was invented. And the fact that if you want to get the most precious loot, you have to go out at night and loot it at night. So those were some of the initial decisions that we have made early in the production, right?
And also the story.
And also the story, yeah, because
Maybe even more like world building, because
World
day is for
world
night,
building, world building.
day is for
another
humans.
big
and
question, like
Yep.
you said, another big question for us was, okay, what about the story? Like, I think you are know that the end of the Dying Light was Dying Light following, and our lovely Kyle Crane get out from the quarantine, unfortunately with a virus, and he spread all of the pandemic stuff on the world. He's the first one that spread it out. And we sit together and start to figure out, okay, we will tell the story, build this world from this moment when we end the Dying Light 1. It's not such, challenge for us. We always target higher. Okay, let's push it 20 years forward. Let's make more pandemic world and tell little different story, little different, what's happened with this time, like in this 20 years of it. What I super love,
Okay.
you know what I love?
I don't know. Don't ask me this in
Ask.
public.
Out in public. In Dying Light 1, we have quarantine, Harran. Everybody is closed there and want to run out. And in Dying Light 2, we have the city, Villador, that is closed and everybody's inside, but they want to
So
be
it's like
inside
a
because it's
flip.
like
Okay.
flip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's like
that's very interesting. That's very smart. And but also because of the world building, because of everything happens so many years later, we had to come up with a new antagonist. So.
Yes.
Right now we have Aidan Caldwell, a pilgrim who's looking for his long-lost sister. He enters the city of Villador, and he finds some new factions there, new characters to interact with, and like a lot of drama that he has to get like, kind of tangled in and interact with.
And we work also with great people.
Yep.
Yes, we work with the great people. All of the things that we did with love is
So like the core team was about 400 people,
Yeah,
then
about
about
400.
1,500 worked, cooperated on with us all
the
over
whole
the world
project.
with everything that was around the project.
everybody work with a passion, but I think the
What
most
was the most important for you?
maybe not most important, but I
Okay.
think we need to say about these guys because they are like outsiders, but with love for our project for us, and we have love for them. The one
So I wonder who will be the first.
I will throw the first, the one and only father of parkour,
Oh yeah, David Bell.
David
David Bell.
Yeah.
Exactly, David.
Obviously.
You can see that his face in the game like Hakon, but maybe
But it's not only the face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was in the studio and he recorded his mock-up moves, like
Yes.
he was a part of our mock-up sessions.
put him in the
In
super
that like
cool
funny
mock-up
suit, yeah,
with
yeah,
white
yeah.
balls
So
on
he
it.
was, he was doing all of the crazy stuff, like jumping over obstacles, telling us
We
how
record.
real parkour looks and works and how it should feel. So it was really,
most
really
of his
amazing.
moves we can see in the game, like
Yep.
how it's moving.
and of course like his face as Hakon.
And don't forget about Rosario Dawson.
Rosario.
That's a loved
Yes,
one.
so of course Rosario, A-list actress, she was like involved in a lot of very interesting projects. Actually, I'm a fan of hers since her first movie, Kids, about skaters in New York. But I think the important thing about her is that she really like become a part of the project. She entered the recording sessions already knowing how she wants Lawan to sound. Lawan is one of the major characters in the game, so she became Lawan. She also rewritten some of the lines so they felt more Lawan-like.
Yeah. And the great voiceover. Great voiceover.
Okay, when we're talking about the voiceover, of
Obviously.
course, Jonah Scott,
Yeah, I wish he was
the
here.
voice of Aidan Caldwell. We all wish he could be here. So yeah, absolutely top level talent that have worked with us.
Voiceovers and
But-
Music.
Yes.
Yes.
Characters, people, and music.
Yes.
Yes,
And
music.
our lovely
Olivier de Rivière.
Oh.
Olivier.
Olivier, are you watching this? Because now I will say a couple of nice things about
Once hello, Olivier, hello.
Hi, Oliver.
Bonjour? No,
but this is
that's not
actually,
bonjour.
but I also think this is something very important to say because,
Okay.
like when you think about a composer for games, you usually think that this is a guy who just makes
Artist.
artist, but makes music and sends the music like through email or whatever. We transfer to the studio and says like, this is my music, do whatever you want with this. But Oliver is actually completely different. Oliver is a true game developer. He understands games. He understands like what kind of medium games are,
Yeah.
that the music needs to be interactive. So he actually sat down with us in our studio with our programmers. He devised the whole system that manages his music so it's interactive. So absolutely like a true game developer, not just a fancy musician who does crazy stuff. So once again, Oliver, thank you
Thank
for
you.
being with us. This
And all
was
of
really
that feedback
a
and nights
pleasure.
that we
And-
spent together arm in arm.
But by the way, man, you are really crazy because the
Yes,
instrument that you had
Yep.
you had invented with your friend.
Yeah, we have to mention
Crazy.
that definitely.
I don't remember the name.
I know.
Okay.
I know that it is made by his friend Nicola,
Okay.
and
Oh.
it's called Electric Psaltery, and you can see
Okay.
it right now on the screen. Just take a look.
See, this
There
is
are
made. This is
strings.
made out of like trash,
Trash,
broken
yeah.
pieces, and also like see there are strings. So once he told me that each string represents a character in the game and
Yeah.
kind of sounds like the character would sound if that character would be a string. So Olivier, not only a
Yes.
composer, not only a game developer, but also a philosopher.
I love you. Yeah, Dying Light 2, the true love sign of what we have, what passion we and
and
all
I
of that.
think and I think this is actually like this is translated into the success of the game because in the first month we have sold 5 million copies. Right now the whole series is more than 30 million copies. So absolutely amazing numbers. And of course, guys, it's all also because of you, because of your support. It wouldn't be possible without our community. So once again, thank you for being with us.
And I feel that this is just the beginning for Dying Light to see human, let's say.
Yes, we have announced this already that we will be supporting the game for minimum 5 years. We are right now at the end of year 1. The year 2 is shaping up to be very, very interesting. We have some very interesting news to share. So, like...
Okay, so let's focus on the first year.
Okay.
What happened in the game during the year?
First year.
A lot have happened
A
in
lot
the
have
year,
happened,
but for
and
us,
yes.
it's...
We are still here. We keep working. Nothing changing for us. Still young inside. Yeah, but what's happening this year? 1 year after us, over 10 events.
I think 14 in total, yes.
14 in total. 2 are really big, like.
I think more. It was the Bloody Summer.
Bloody
It was
Summer,
the Halloween event.
Halloween.
Halloween is usually very, very big for Dying Light. So of course it was also big this year. It's the
creatures,
Rampage event, also the Holiday event. So actually quite a lot of them.
Yeah, and big features, mostly for you guys from your feedback. Photo mode,
Yes.
if I remember well. New Game Plus, mod by Mods.io.
Yeah.
New infected costumes, a lot of
Well,
good stuff.
a lot of things have apologies. A lot of things have happened. We added some new content, like new enemy variations, new weapons, new cosmetics, visuals for players to wear. Also, the first DLC, right, Bloody Ties,
First DLC,
which
yeah,
was like
Bloody
our
Ties.
take on a arena format. So a lot of good stuff, and of course, we have also improved like basically a lot of the systems of the game, a lot of the stuff that's in the game already.
Yeah, so we talked about the past, we know a lot about present events, so now it's time to sum it up.
Yep.
And now it's time for the video, anniversary video that we prepared for us. For you, not for us, but also for us. So let's watch it.
I will say it first time.
Dying Light 2 is happening.
My name is Jonas Scott, and I voice Aiden.
We love you guys.
You see that? Happy birthday, Techland!
Dying Light 2 Stay Human is celebrating its first anniversary. It has been an incredible year in which we have continued to improve the game and add new content for all of you to enjoy.
Suddenly, all these new infected are popping up.
We introduced new infected enemies, gear, activities, and unique missions where you can progress through reputation ranks. We had over 13 events where you could participate to complete goals and bond with community members worldwide to earn additional rewards.
I christen you a citizen of Villador.
You have faced countless adversities along the way, which is why we wanted to make your playthrough even more unforgiving.
One move and he dies!
Drop him!
The much-anticipated New Game Plus brought you back to Villador, ready to face the horrors once more. But at the same time, it brought more difficult enemy AI by scaling up their levels to match the players. You wanted tougher battles, however, that was not everything you asked for.
Villador is my home, you sing!
Due to popular demand, we have implemented the photo mode for all of you to capture the best moments in the game. You showed us some incredible pieces of work with a real knack for visuals. And for those of you who like to create something on their own, we have partnered with Mod.io to release developer tools, currently in beta on PCs.
It has big, huge
You're saying it has potential.
potential.
They will allow you to create custom maps you have always dreamed of and share them with other players. More features are expected to drop later in the year as we approach the full release. This means that when the time is right, you will have full access to mod support in Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
With courage and patience, we will someday create a paradise.
We have listened to your suggestions all year long. We released multiple new features and updates like optimization, new animations for weapons, X-ray effect, more infected during the day, and definitely scarier encounters during the night. But we are not stopping in our efforts to improve your experience. Speaking of experiences, one of the biggest things we did this year was the launch of our first story DLC, Bloody Ties. Many of you already challenged the champion of the arena, and we hope you had a blast.
Equal fights for all, huh?
It is our first anniversary, so it's only right we celebrate accomplishments like that with a bang. So we have prepared a few things for you to enjoy. Take part in celebratory events, Bloody Anniversary and Dropkick Weekend. Don 3 special outfits from the first Dying Light, take part in the newest co-op dynamic challenges, and download the Community Update 2, which introduces a lot of requested features and improvements, such as cross-gen, legendary levels, and so much more.
Are you impressed?
That's what we have prepared for you today. But now, let's take a small peek into the future. After all, our adventure with Dying Light 2 Stay Human has only just begun. As promised, this year will provide you with significant updates to our combat system, which is going to be more brutal, more physical, and more rewarding. And knowing that movement is key to survival, we are working on major improvements to our parkour and traversal systems as well. We are also going to integrate Dying Light 2 Stay Human with our Techland GG platform even more. And yes, we do have an update regarding the second DLC, which you have all been waiting for.
I'll tell you, but this has got to stay between us. Got it?
Before the end of the year, you will have a chance to embark on a story-driven adventure set in a brand new location, unlike anything you have seen in the Dying Light series so far. And who knows, maybe you will see some familiar faces along the way.
I'm looking for a friend. Thought he was coming here.
One thing is certain, those of you who enjoyed the first Dying Light will not be disappointed. And those of you who only just began their journey in the world will learn more about its rich backstory.
And if Mama ain't happy, nobody happy.
In short, the second DLC is going to be bigger, more story-driven, provide answers to some of the big questions you have all been asking for, and vastly enhance your overall experience, both narratively and gameplay-wise. We'll be sharing more details regarding the new DLC in the coming months, so of course, stay tuned.
Let's kick us some renegade butts.
Oh, and one last thing.
You're my ragamuffin.
If you would like to fight the infected using other means than melee combat, you should be quite satisfied with one of the additions to Dying Light 2 Stay Human we are currently preparing. All this and more will enrich your playthrough in 2023. And don't forget, this is only the start of our post-launch support.
Good job, kid.
We couldn't do all of this without you. So thank you for being there for us every step of the way, and we hope you will keep supporting us for years to come. And I'm not the only one who wants to say something here. The rest of the team also has few words for you.
It was and it is an amazing adventure. Thank you for your support.
It's been a great first year, but the best is still ahead of us.
This year is going to be amazing.
Thanks for enjoying our labor of love. Because of you, it's all worth it.
Thank you for being there for us.
It's only because of such an amazing community that here at Harran we are so motivated to make our game better and better every single day. Thank you.
It may already be a year since the release, but remember, this is just the beginning of our incredible journey with Dying Light 2 Stay Human. It's going to be one hell of a ride, so hang tight and always stay human.
Was I inception?
Okay. So now we definitely.
I saw you there as well. Like, wow.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, serious stuff now.
Serious stuff. Now we definitely need to know more, so let's maybe just add something to the things that we heard during the video. So first thing is community update number 2.
Yeah, it's
so tell
happening.
us more.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Right
it's
now.
actually live already.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And this update makes some of our fans' most required features real, and your quality of life will be better and better. But there is few important stuff. One is cope.
Yep.
We take cope, and the connection between the players will be smoother and easier. But it's not most important. Most important is cross-gen.
Cross-gen, exactly. Like we had we have a joke about this, so maybe let's do the joke.
Let's do the joke.
Yeah, let's do the joke.
Yes, you'll be able to play with your grandpa.
That's good because my grandpa, he has a PS4, so now it will be a double cross-gen.
Double cross-gen.
Guys, apologies
Sorry,
for the dry jokes, but yeah, I think this is like you should read this, you should see this as a new strategy for us, where we want to focus on the core systems of the game and tweak them and upgrade them and improve them according to your feedback and in line with what you expect. So co-op is the first on the line, and it's cross-gen because you have asked for it, and we are providing you just that. Aside from that, a lot of smaller quality of life improvements when it comes to co-op. So, for example, if you join a session where the host has more developed Night Runner tools, now you can get to use them, so you're not lagging behind. In missions, you respond quicker. You don't need to wait for your friends to pick you up. So generally, a lot of the stuff that makes co-op experience more fluid, more natural, and this is not the end, because we will also be working on co-op in the future updates.
And I heard also about legend levels.
Yes, but maybe before we go into legend levels, you also
there is something new that we throw to this update. Is dynamic competition in co-op.
Yes, dynamic competition. So when me and my grandpa we are playing, he's on PS4, I'm on PS5,
double cross-gen,
and we see a group of biters. What we can do, for example, from time to time we will get a competition which tells us, hey, let's test yourself. Who will kill most biters within the given time? So now the grandpa can prove to me. He can prove to me that he is the best zombie killer in the world, or at least better than me. But that's what dynamic competitions are. And you also said legend levels. So legend levels, absolutely another feature that our fans have been asking for. So this is like the new progression system for the endgame players. If you cap up your parkour or your combat skill tree, now you get to start earning legend points, and when you get enough of them, you level up your legend level. With that, you get a specific legend skill. You can choose out of a couple of them. Their passive abilities that increase some things about your character, and also get a legendary weapon and some cool loot drops. And one more thing, the legend outfits. So there will be also outfits that you can get as you progress to the legend levels, hoping to become like the biggest legend in Village.
Legendary.
Yep.
Okay, but what about enemies?
What about enemies?
Enemies.
What
You
about
want
enemies?
to answer that?
Yeah, I can start. You can end. Like always. Enemies. Most of enemies, or all of them, are updated. But the most important, we take the most generic, classic enemy from Dying Light.
The biter.
The biter.
Yes.
We throw it on the table, cut it to the pieces like big surgery, and we start looking at every point and start make them better, more realistic like a biters can be, because there are no biters in the world, I think.
Okay, so the brain is defunct, but we have did some changes to how the logic works. So now they will grab you in different situations less frequently. The conditions for grabs are way more improved, so you will not see those like constant grabs that some of our players have pointed us at in the last update. Aside from that, it will also be easier for you to actually cancel the grab. So it's actually by fighting, by moving around, you will be able to cancel the grabs. And also we have added a new skill that our players have been asking for, which is like an instant break from the grab. It's like, I made a good order of things. So you get to instantly break the grab by sticking a knife inside a biter's head. Very brutal, very brutal, very bloody, something that I think our players will really like. It's not only that, because there are a lot of things in the update.
Ragdoll?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
New ragdoll. So that's super important.
So again, this is something that we know that you have asked for, and you asked us for a very long time. So as you will see with the new update, the ragdolls for biters, for other human-sized enemies have been definitely changed. We made a huge update to the logic, to how the whole system works. So now a lot of the scripted canned animations that you experienced before, they're gone away. Now it's all based on ragdoll, and this is just the first step in the improvement
of the physics.
Of the physics. But I wanted to say about other thing, because we were talking about sounds, and Oliver Derringer. Actually, something more not about music but about sounds. We did a huge sound rework in the way, like when you hit an enemy, how that sounds, how the swing of your weapon sounds. So I think if you have like a really good speakers, a really good headphones, you will see something very visceral, very juicy in your ears with this update.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the future. So please spill some beans.
Maybe before we talk about the future, because actually, like this update, guys. So this update is really huge, and I think this like, if we have the time, and I see we have the time, then maybe it's worth discussing this in full detail. So aside from that, we are also doing some events that are our way of celebrating the anniversary.
I know. Can I tell?
Yep, of course.
Thank you. Okay, so first one is Bloody Anniversary event.
Bloody Anniversary.
Yes,
exactly.
And
we love
second
bloody.
one is Bloody Anniversary, as you can see at the screen. So maybe you can tell us more about it?
Yes, so Bloody Anniversary, but it's not the only one.
Yeah, no, this is not the only one.
Okay, so let's first start with the Bloody Anniversary. So first of all, it's us kind of capping and closing the first year of support for Dying Light to Stay Human. So we are going back to some of the events and referencing some of the events that our fans have preferred and liked very much in the first year. So it's the Bloody Summer and the Rampage. So Bloody Anniversary is those events combined. We'll ask you to like cut a lot of heads, cut a lot of limbs, make a lot of zombies flying
more
away.
Impact, flying.
With your attacks.
Yes.
And like you will get some cool rewards for that, but I think we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
And the second event?
The second event is Dropkick Weekend.
Yes.
And I know why Dropkick, because Dropkick is a, let's say, iconic move for Dying Light franchise, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I have story.
Okay. Yes, story, give us
Do we have time? We have time? Yeah?
Yes, we have plenty of time. Give us the story.
A story, yeah, the story from Dying Light 1. Once again, Bartosz Głowa.
Full of ideas.
Head full of ideas, crazy ideas. He figured out that one of the moves connect with the combat could be like wrestle kick from the WrestleMania and other, and makes
luchadores.
And he participates with mock-up session, and one of our creative directors, Adrian Ciszewski-Pyza, hello Pyza, show up there to feedback all of that stuff that's happened there.
At the mock-up session. So
at the mock-up session,
at the mock-up session.
And he wanna show them how to do this
drop kick,
and he do it by himself. And unfortunately, he break his leg.
But this is not the real story.
Really?
No, because the real
story... Because it's legendary.
Yeah, because it's legendary. But actually, I know that different version of the story. I'm not sure if... I believe it's true, but I'm not sure if that's true. So he wasn't showing a drop kick. He was showing a regular kick. So he was kicking a mattress, kicking a mattress and broke his leg.
Yes, maybe not so heroic, but still... now we can, we looks like a crazy guys because we smile from the terrible moment. In that moment was really terrible, but after this years, it's funny story.
But it goes without saying that dropkick is an iconic move for Dying Light to Stay Human and Dying Light as a series.
Dying Light franchise.
Exactly, and actually there's a reason why we chose this one as the theme for our next event, because for events this year, what we want to do is we want to give players a chance to experience changed gameplay mechanics. So all over the year, we will be doing more events which actually change how the game plays. This is just a small start. This is just like us warming up with the dropkick event. So every player will get access to a dropkick, no matter how advanced they are in the skill tree. But the dropkick is kind of tweaked to make it more powerful, to make it more crazy, and we'll ask players to use it a lot and experience a lot of great stuff, which also combines with our changes with physics. So players will be able to actually see how that physics works in the game, and there are cool rewards assigned to it, right? So
assigned to just 2 events.
Yep.
You can, like we saw in the movie before, everybody can earn participating in these events 2 cool sets of skins of the players
I
from
think,
Dying Light
I
1.
think what you can say is that the characters from Dying Light 1 are making a comeback in Dying Light to Stay Human.
Yeah, the one is Brecken, our parkour teacher guy.
Goddamn parkour instructor. I even have a T-shirt with this like slogan, with this phrase, and I got it. That's actually very interesting. Again, hi Guova, apologies that we mentioned you so much, but I got this from him on my birthday.
Wow, that's
I know.
And dropkick, the parkour guys, everything is connected.
But Brecken is not the only one, right?
Yeah, I don't. Brecken is cool, but the second one is better.
Yeah, I know you like the other one better because for the bloody anniversary, what we're doing is you get to be Rice. Yes, the ultimate bad guy from Dying Light 1.
All of the
he looks nice.
Stuff.
Even he has his own like signature machete. So this is really the real stuff. So Brecken and Rice.
Okay, but where's Kyle Crane? Kyle Crane where?
So actually, Kyle Crane is there as well.
Yay!
He's also joining the celebration. As you can see, this is like a new bird. Kyle Crane, and so you can download Crane even right now if you have the first game, the second game, and you have a Techland GG account. You can redeem it right there, right away, without any additional hassles.
I'll do it immediately after the stream.
Please do.
Me too.
Okay, is now the time for the future?
Yeah, we can talk about the future.
Also, spill some beans.
Go to the time machine.
Do it.
So me? Okay.
Let's
So actually, for us, the future is very exciting. We have watched the movie.
Yes.
I haven't seen the whole of it before the stream because I didn't want to spoil it myself. I know I was on it. It was kind of awkward to look at this. But the thing is that it is a lot of exciting. So first of all, I think you see what's happening here is that for the first half of the year, we want to focus on the core systems of the game and improve them and upgrade them in line with your feedback. So what we're doing is we are focusing on each one of them with each of the updates. And in April, we're focusing on combat. So expect more brutality and expect more physicality. And I think the physics is the thing that will make it really stand out. So what you will experience right now today with Community Update 2, with biters, with human-sized enemies is just the start. Expect even more ragdolls, even more physicality with the next update in April. Another thing that's happening in April as well, something that all of you have asked about, is the gear transmog. So now you will be able to look cool, but also have the coolest stats, the best stats in your inventory. Cool. And actually, we plan to do a little bit more with the future, but with gear transmog. But let's keep it on a side right now. I don't want to spoil too much of it. And of course, as it was mentioned as well, Techland GG quests, missions. If you have a Techland GG account, you will get access to new bounties, new competitions, new challenges, new missions from that site in your game. So again, another reason to play the game and stay with us and get excited about it because the changes are coming. Another one, and I think this is going to be really like a extremely important moment for Dying Light to Stay Human. I know you told me you want to say it, so please say it.
Yeah, because June.
Yes, June
is connected with night experience.
Yes, exactly. So night experience. We've heard all of you saying that you want roaming volatiles, that you want scary night, that you want
Skip the
horror
night again.
that you want to skip the night again because
like
it's
Dying
so
Light
scary.
1.
So this will be our focus for the June update. So expect all of that stuff on the streets of Villedor with the June update. And another thing, again, we've heard your voices. We want to make parkour even more free-flowing, but also more physical, more grounded, more kind of real, more natural with this update. So that's April, that's June. Along the year, there will be plenty of smaller community updates where we'll be looking and actually asking you guys for feedback regarding smaller features, quality of life improvements that you would like to see in the game. We'll actively ask you about you. We want you to answer back to us, and then we'll fix them and improve them and work on them one by one. So that's the plan for the first half of the year.
DLC 2.
Yeah, tell us more.
DLC 2. Some free stuff about DLC 2?
We want to know more.
I think that our communication team is a little crazy because I didn't even know that they were spoiling so much or showing so much in the movie. So we'll have to have a conversation after the stream. But I think you got excited. It's a new open world region. It's a new narrative, but one that continues the story from the base game.
Yes.
And as you saw on the concept art, it has focus on the infected. It's like fight against the infected, killing zombies, slashing zombies, and actually doing some bad things to zombies, also using different weapons than just melee weapons.
Yeah, and bring
I
back...
think I have said
Okay, so that
too much
is enough.
already, so
Too
maybe
much?
please
Okay,
me up.
Okay, so that is enough.
Yep.
And the future and all of the things that we are cooking for our players looks super exciting, and I'm also super excited. And please remember that the update is already in the game.
It's live.
Yeah, so if you don't have your own copy yet, you can buy it now with up to 50% discount. And more info you can find on our dyinglightgame.com website. And guys, unfortunately, that is all.
Yeah, but it was so fun,
For
right?
this segment. So I would like to thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You, please stay with us. Right now, we will listen to the song that may be familiar from you from Dying Light to Stay Human. And stay with us, because right after, I will have another super cool guest. So stay with us. See you in a few minutes.
Thank you, guys.
all.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, here.
My mother, she perished, I was 1 year old, murdered by monsters, or so I was told. My peacekeeper father knew not but to kill. The tough love he gave me left wounds that can't heal. Living on the rooftops of the world we have lost, fleeing or killing to survive at all costs, scavenging the ruins in search of a meaning, desperate for a sign that we're still human beings. My boyfriend, a scavenger, a dark zone is his tomb. The one thing he gave me now grows in my womb. And oh, my poor child, poison rains from the sky. What world can I give you when we're all born to die? Living on the rooftops of the world we have lost, fleeing or killing to survive at all costs, scavenging the ruins in search of a meaning, desperate for a sign that we're still human beings. Desperate for any sign that we're still human beings.
Thank you for watching.